It's that time of year when the spirit and culture of New Orleans spills over onto the Mississippi coast. Mardi Gras fun began this weekend in no small way in Long Beach. As the Carnival Association there rolled at 2 this afternoon, hundreds lined the parade route along Railroad and Jeff Davis streets. Meanwhile, in Waveland, a parade many say is unmatched in size along the coast also marched today. With 100 different groups participating and almost 30,000 people on hand, the Krewe of Neptune's parade in Waveland is considered to be the closest thing to a New Orleans parade without actually being in New Orleans. And we asked experts from New Orleans for their opinion of Mardi Gras Mississippi style.
Of all the parades we've seen, this is very similar to New Orleans. Everybody says, well, we want to go to New Orleans to see a Mardi Gras parade. This parade is just as pretty as any New Orleans parade I've seen.
It's not exactly like New Orleans, but it's great. The people here really get into it for as small as the town is. It's fantastic.
Well, I think between 10 to 15,000. I think the cold weather kind of
talk, it looks like here, but
I think the cold weather kind of made the people stay away, and we have to blame Cal Sisto for that, maybe.
That's all. It's all his fault. But sibling rivalries aside, most agreed the Waveland parade was a large success this year, as a small town staged a big party to celebrate Mardi Gras 1983. In Hancock County, I'm Ed Bryson, Newswatch 13.
This is the 53rd year for the Krewe of Christian, but that's made parade goers no less anxious to get out and celebrate Mardi Gras 1983.
Presiding over this year's parade were King Christian 1983 Charles Bates and Queen Christian Linda Perkins. This year's theme was Famous Littles, represented by the Little Sprout, Little House on the Prairie, Little Women, and Little Bighorn, just to name a few. Thousands of faithful Mardi Gras merrymakers braved the crowds and traffic to line the street in hopes of catching some of those coveted doubloons and beads. Reporting from downtown past Christian, Roxanne Rockwell, Newswatch 13.
The spirit of Mardi Gras took hold of the city of Biloxi this morning as spectators from near and far away poured into the streets to view the Gulf Coast Carnival morning parade. And celebrate they did while listening to the sounds of the big bands. The day was marked by Mardi Gras traditions with the annual toasting of the Queen, and the daring showed up in devilish costumes, while many preferred just to clown around.
So what was forecasted to be a rainy Mardi Gras day turned out to be full of sunshine, and thousands came out to catch a glimpse of the beautiful floats, and of course to catch beads and doubloons as well. Cynthia Landry, Newswatch 13.
In Gulfport, thousands lined up along Highway 49 to take part in the Krewe of Gemini parade. The theme of this year's parade was cinema, as floats representing various films filed by with crew members flipping doubloons, candy, and beads in the direction of young and old alike. Mayor Jack Barnett showed that he still has the old zip in his arm, as did Sheriff Leroy Hobbs and the rest of his little rascal crew. As for the King and Queen, Pete Peters and Debbie Bunn, they sure looked the part.
Immediately following Biloxi's parade, the Krewe of Neptune rolled. And although this is the first parade for the crew, they were greeted no less enthusiastically by the crowd, who were just happy to see the Mardi Gras spirit continue a little longer.
Neptune's theme, that's entertainment, was clearly an appropriate one, as it was clearly evident the crowd of thousands were thrilled by the floats, bands, and of course beads and doubloons. Near the beginning of the parade, King Neptune, Gulfport's Frank Trois, celebrated the traditional toast with his queen, Biloxi's Robin Clements. The crew boasts a unique feature which they are very proud of.
We had 18 floats, and the floats were built and designed in New Orleans, and they brought them over yesterday. And next year we just hope we can have more, that's all.
Organizers have been working to promote the Krewe of Neptune for several years before finally getting it off the ground.
Just to add more to Mardi Gras and make it the biggest day Biloxi has ever seen.
Have any problems trying to get it off?
No, the city and everybody has been more than cooperative with us. Everybody who could help has helped out.
So the Krewe of Neptune had a very successful debut, with everyone looking forward to a better and bigger Mardi Gras 1984. Marcia Hill, Newswatch 13.